Hello guys, welcome to a new review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Jazz. Now, one thing I have to say first off, this guy is really small. Like, this is what the size of the normal Deluxe is right here. This is, of course, Bumblebee. Yeah, he's tiny. Oops. But yeah, that aside, he is a Pontiac Solstice. Like I said, he's pretty small, but the Solstice in real life is a small car, and Studio Series is kind of going for scale, but yeah, as you can see, he's in a very nice silver. The front is nicely painted. The back, on the other hand, could use a bit of work. In general, the bottom is actually fairly kibble-free. It actually looks like the bottom of a car, at least a little bit. His weapon just pegs into his spoiler right here. And you can see they actually molded in the back section as well, which is pretty nice. One of the main issues that I have with this figure is his doors. They don't hold together properly on either side, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, and you can see a bit of kibble through the front. But yeah, the wheels, they roll nicely. And in general, he's just a nice looking little car mode. And also a nice little vent mold right here in the front. And they even have managed to paint the tiny little Pontiac symbol right here in the front. Not on the back, though, which he barely even has one. Some of it, yeah. The actual weapon is a little disc gun. That's what it looks like. It looks like a shield over a gun, a little chain gun. However, yeah, he uses this. Actually, the original toy didn't come packaged with this. The original 2007 movie Jazz came packaged with this weird sort of lance or something. Yeah. Jazz's transformation is really finicky. So Jazz's transformation is in general really finicky. And whereas the lower arms don't peg together properly, the upper arms peg in way too strongly. It's kind of, the front of the car actually pegs in upside down, and you pull out the grill and rotate it around to become the chest, which is pretty cool. Well, and the only, Ratchet actually does a very similar feature, which I've already reviewed Ratchet. So, yeah, the legs are especially fiddly, especially when going back into vehicle mode. Okay. And mine, one of the hinges is way too strong, so you have to actually push it up from underneath. This one on the other end is perfectly fine. And the arms and the hands flip out like this. And here we have Jazz in his robot mode. Now, once again, just like the vehicle mode, he's really, really small. He's barely bigger than a Modern Legends, which is around a Scout scale, as I prefer to call it. Yeah. As you can see, the robot mode also looks really, really good. Once again, I like with Grimlock, which I reviewed last time. His robot mode is really like the big part of the figure that I bought him for. The alt mode is okay, however, it doesn't hold together properly, and it looks fine, but it's just the side panels that really kill for me. But the actual robot mode looks near perfect. My only big complaint is the backpack, but that is something that pretty much all movie car formers have. This guy, this entire section right here pretty much becomes a backpack. And Ratchet also has a bit of a backpack going. Has an even worse backpack than this, arguably. But yeah, in general, this robot mode looks great. The head sculpt is really, really well done. Even if it's not showing up on camera, it looks really, really good. All of the little details are managed to be captured in such a small figure. It doesn't have that weird thing that the original figure does, where the side panels fold in on themselves to become the arms. So this makes them look a lot better. And in general, it's just a nicer looking version of Jazz as actually in scale. This guy actually has a gimmick. When you fold in this arm, and then you see this little hole right here on the back of the gun, you can actually peg it into the peg on there. You can actually put it into there. And you can get the illusion of his hand becoming the gun. Which isn't as nice as the fact that this Bumblebee's hand actually can become a gun. But they did their best. And after all, his weapon, Jazz's weapon, is a lot larger than Bumblebee's, and in general, it works well and it looks fine. I tend to display it in this one because it looks better. I can pose them a little better with it in this one, in my opinion. But yeah, articulation is pretty good. Ball joint at the head, although it's kind of hindered by a little bit of mold detailing on the inside of his chest. On his chest, which makes it a little bit difficult for you to get his head up. Arms are actually on this weird series of swivels and hinges. They go in and out and back and forth. Bend at the elbow. Elbow is actually on a ball joint, and a bit of a double bend here for the transformation. Hands can kind of go back and forth if you want to count that, but once again, that's mainly for transformation. Nothing at the waist. Ball joint at the hips, swivel at the thighs, bend at the knee, a little bit of a pivot right here at the foot, and that's about it for him. It's not that articulation, but he could have used a weight. He could have used a waist swivel. He could have used a waist swivel, but I don't think the transformation would allow that. One of the biggest issues in this mode is the chest section. The center portion right here, like the grill portion, keeps falling forward. But, yeah, as you can see right here. There. Yeah. In general, this isn't a bad figure. And if you can find him, definitely pick him up. He was, I believe, one of the first to come out from the line. It may have been Wave 2, but in general, he's a pretty nice looking little figure, and if you can get a hold of him for a good price, definitely do. See you guys next time. Bye!